Hello and welcome to today's video on account engagement domain management. I'm Christian Tieck. I work here at Scalefree International for 3 years as a Salesforce consultant in Salesforce Service and Sales Cloud, as well as Marketing Cloud and Pardot, or as it now known, account engagement. And my main focus is on data integration and migration part of systems. All right, jumping right into what we are going to do today, we are talking about domain management here. So how to set it up, what to look out for, and maybe some tips and tricks here and there on how you can easily manage your domains. Jumping right into the overview of what we're going to do today, starting off with email sending domains. So on the right of your screen, you will see what the domain management part will look like on your settings. And at the top is the email sending domains. These are used for sending out emails because only domains that are registered here and validated can be used to send out emails from your Pardot system. Any other domains will not work for you. So this is done for newsletters or any other marketing material you send through the Engagement Studio and any email. Yeah. Next up is tracker domains. So tracker domains are used to rewrite your links from your systems. So this is all links that are in, for example, forms. So when you implement a Pardot form onto your website or link from your website to a Pardot form, this form will be displayed in the subdomain go.pardot.com/ and then some numbers. But you don't want that because this could look suspicious to other people being on your website. And of course, you want to like have your brand displayed for all your website. So what we are going to do here is use a new checker domain. So you would put in your subdomain or your domain you want to use. And then this, after it's validated, also can be used in your preference centers or your form URLs and others. Last but not least is the tracking code generator. So you can use JavaScript code to track your visitors and prospects activities on your website, and what are they doing and for what campaigns this should be used as well. All right, taking off for the first thing to do, email sending domains. How is this going to work? So you will add your domain, which is really easy. You just use everything after the @ sign. So for us at Scalefree, it's at scalefree.com. So we use scalefree.com, but we use subdomains to send our emails from because we don't want our normal sending addresses here. So this can be all done through a click of a button and then your input. But after that, you have to validate these inputs or this email address. And this can only be done with either your email provider or your internal IT team, or you have to have access to your configuration files of your emails. So your DNS entries and your domain management on the IT part. So there will be text files you will have to send to your IT team, and then they will insert those as text records, and validation keys will be inserted as well. After they've done that, you can validate, but there's one additional step we would, or we are doing, and other people might want to do as well. It's not mandatory, but you can do it. So we always contact Salesforce support to have our return path address aligned with our mail from domain, because otherwise your reputation of the email when you send out emails could get bad over time. And this is something you don't want. You always want like the best email developability or availability of your email address domains. And yeah, this is will open a ticket with Salesforce, tell them you would like to align your return path with your mail from path, and then tell them for which domain this is. And then they will take some time with their internal IT team, but provide you with SPF records you can then give to your IT team again to insert into your configurations. Afterwards, you will be able to check those DNS entries, and if they are validated, there are always green check marks, and you're good to go. But to propagate this can take up to 24 hours, so don't get confused if it's not immediately there. After you're done with that, you can test your emails, so send out emails, test send emails over this domain you chose. How would this look? So as you can see here, after it's all validated, you can see your validation key and your domain key text here. These are the inputs your IT team needs. And if you're done, you can check those entries, and then the domain and the validations all validated. Next up, we're talking about the tracker domain. So for the tracker domain, you will again add a new domain and then allow the IT team to insert your CNAME records. So after you create it, you will again see some records there, and then those have to be connected. And as well, your subdomain has to point to go.pardot.com. Hit the validation keys and check these entries. So it's a little bit similar to what we did before, but it's not the same. But yeah, for your IT team, it will be really easy to just go through the steps and then let you validate your sending domain. After you're done with that, you can use the subdomains to use on your forms, as I said before, to not have any cryptic go.pardot.com URLs, but your own subdomains or your own domains shown to your end users. To create those, it's a really simple step. You just insert your domain here. If you want to, you can allow iframed assets on this domain and then choose a default campaign. So how is this default campaign working, or what does that do? Let's take an example for like tracking or forms. You could go for like anyone who is visiting those websites is if they are connected to the system as a prospect, for example, then their default campaign or their source campaign will be the one you choose here, because then you could go into a report and see what people came in through the website, for example. Okay, last but not least, we're talking about the tracking code. Tracking code, you can implement JavaScript code onto your website. So you have to choose your checker domain. You could override the default campaign that is loaded in there. Just copy your code and implement it on your website with your web developers or whoever is going to edit your website. And this is going to lead us to our last point for today. So what are the key takeaways here for you from today? So one point I would make clear is align return path with mail from addresses. This will provide you better reputation for your email. For that, you have to open a case with Salesforce support. Second off is enable HTTPS for tracker domains. Again, more security for your domains. I think it's standard to have HTTP validated, and then you would have to click on please validate HTTPS as well. Activate first party tracking when using tracking code. You have to do that if you want to use tracking code. Monitor your domain reputation. So either their websites, third-party tools to monitor this, or when you get an email, a test email, you can put it in one of these third-party tools as well to see what is your reputation what does it look like, what you might change on the email part, what you might want to have to change on the domain management part. And then use custom tracking domains for brand consistency. So as I told you before, don't use like the go.pardot.com platform so people don't get confused and you have just a nice brand consistency all over the place. All right. And with that said, thank you so much for your attention for today. If you have any questions, please contact us in these email addresses, or you can go to our website and get a appointment with our Salesforce consultants as well there, or just look around and have a look at other videos we did on Pardot or, for example, on MuleSoft. We're also doing videos on basic Salesforce, Sales Cloud functionalities like lead management, and have blog articles for these as well. Thank you so much for listening today. Have a great day. See you guys next time. Bye bye.